Good morning. Today is day 15, last day. Get into Great Barrington. I finished this thing today. I was up and out of camp by 6 because I am trying to meet Nikki. So I am hopefully going to be able to knock 10.5 miles out in 5.5 hours max. Only 1,700 feet of elevation gain today. Being up this early on the trail means it's a lot cooler. Only downfall is spider webs to the face, but I've been doing that this whole entire time, so nothing new. All right, let's see how fast I can get this done. One could only wish that this was the trail. It's not, but unfortunately, I gotta keep pushing, but I don't think they're gonna be open at 7:20 in the morning. But there's trail magic that way. So much of me wants to do it, but I have like 8 miles left. No, 7.5 miles left. Let's go. I probably should have went to the trail magic just to see if they had bug spray. Whew. Mosquitoes or avalanche. I just gotta keep moving. I feel like I'm just like trying to outrun them right now. Whew. So cool through here. This is a gulch. I mean, the AT could have made us go through that, but I guess only once in Maine is all they wanted to put us through that. It's pretty though. This one's nice. It's Tom Leonard. Bear box. Tent spaces. There's tent platforms. Nice. There's been a fire through here. It smells kind of fresh too. Last view of the AT. And this section's been a little depressing. All burnt. I would like to start going down now though. Hi. Alright. I am beat. It's 10:52. I'm less than a mile out. Nikki is waiting on me by the tree. Probably a little dehydrated. This section has not had much water. I didn't realize it was like a, oops. I didn't realize it was a burn zone. So even the one water source looked a little questionable, so I skipped it. So running on fumes, but less than a mile. I'll get hydrated tonight. 10.5 by like 11, 10 by the time I get done. Last few steps and I hear fib. I've also been running, well, walking. All done. And just so y'all know, this is an ash tree.
Well, folks, here we are, back under the oak tree. This is Fib reporting live from the Appalachian Trail, where just moments from now, Hot Hands will be completing her 2022 thru hike in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Stay with us for all the updates and live footage of the hiker herself as she emerges from the woods. There she is! Okay, you're clear! This is a very dramatic and emotional moment for us. It's not even an oak tree, it's an ash! Ah! She did it!
I'm disgusting.
I don't care. Congratulations!
Thank you.
Oh my god.
All right, so it is the day after me finishing the Appalachian Trail finally. What a relief. It's definitely not easy. I started, well, today would be 16 days ago, but I was on trail for 15 days. I started on June 29th, finished on July 13th. Yes, July 13th. I had only planned for 1-0. Unfortunately, I got sick on night 1 of the trail. Had to come off day 2. I got a hitch to Wallingford. I walked 3 miles from Little Rock Pond to a road, got a hitch from there to Wallingford, and then I was able to take the bus down to Manchester Center, where I ended up staying a night in a hotel, and I slept 12 and a half hours. My stomach was tore up. I don't know what it was, if it was food, nerves, I don't know. I was having really bad acid reflux. I was having other GI issues. I got Maalox. I took some Tylenol and Imodium and all kinds of things. And luckily she let me check in, I think around 12 o'clock that day. They let me check in early. I just lounged around all day, got chicken noodle soup. Yeah, and then, sorry, my hand I was about to drop the phone. And then I slept 12 and a half hours that night. So the next day I ended up getting back on trail just in Manchester Center. I had already hiked Bromley in the past. My hitch the day prior made me a little uneasy, so I ended up just getting back on trail at Manchester Center. He was just asking me a lot of questions. It was probably completely harmless, but I don't know. I just had a really weird gut feeling. I don't know. Who knows? I was also very anxious for some reason starting the trail. Unwarranted. I have no idea why. So I got back on there and just continue south. I also had in my head that I could do bigger miles, but also knew that I was choosing a time where it was hot, humid, there was lots of bugs. The 3 things I absolutely despise about hiking: being completely sweaty, sticky at night, can't sleep because it's hot. The humidity and heat during the day just zaps your energy. And then of course, summertime is when the bugs are out. But I did that on purpose. That's what I struggle with. That is what I have to really, really, really dig deep mentally, and really realize what I want out of this, and have to keep the goal in sight. And so with that, I wanted to continue to push through. It's a big reason why I was having foot issues and back issues and all. I just my head wasn't in it last summer, but I think it was because of those things. And I know that I want to do other trails, and so that is something that I needed to work on. And also when I got vertigo, it was in the heat of the summer when it was super humid, and I just needed to see how I could push my body. What are my limits? Is it gonna come back? And so I did that. And because my 0 was on day 2, I hiked for 13 days straight. I did have one day where I just did 5 miles. I did a Nero into Father Tom. and that was nice. But I did find that like 9 to 11 miles was my sweet spot. I rarely ever woke up sore. The only time I really woke up sore was the last like 3 nights, because like I did like an 11 and a half, a 15, and then on my last day I woke up at 5, was on trail by 6, and pushed 10 and a half miles to the tree by 11 a.m. So it was like, it was going. But yeah, I did it, and I learned that I can hike longer than a week without a 0, which is a positive. I always sometimes think that like I need a 0 a week, but you don't need a 0 a week, honestly. Like if you're doing like miles that your body is comfortable with, you honestly can get away with going further without needing a 0. So that was good. But yeah, and then I went southbound, which was completely, I knew that it would kind of be a solo hike, that there wouldn't be many people. And granted, I did get to like see people at the shelters and meet people in town and that kind of thing. But for the most part, it was just me and my brain. There wasn't anybody like pushing you to keep going. There wasn't, you know, somebody to talk to all the time. There wasn't comfort in knowing that like when I got to camp, there would definitely be somebody there. And it was just kind of like a solo endeavor to finish the trail, because pretty much the majority of the AT I hiked with other people. And it was good. It was like what I needed. I needed to like know that like what that felt like, because if I do other trails, like I don't, you don't know when you're gonna like fall into a trail family or whatever. But I am elated to be done. I feel complete now. Like I feel like this trail can be wrapped up, put a bow on it, it is done. Yeah, there's some miles here and there, whatever. But for the most part, the majority, it is done. And with that, I am announcing that my plan is to be on the PCT in 2026. I'm going to be switching out a lot of gear. I am going to be training differently. I'm going to hopefully be able to do some winter courses where I learn how to self-arrest with an ice axe. The gear is going to look completely different because I'm going to have micro spikes, ice axe. I'm going to have to carry a bear can at different parts. I'm going to hopefully go to a trek and pull tent. Yeah, I'm gonna try to lighten my load, because I know when I add the bear can and the ice axe and the micro spikes and like having to go through the Sierras, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. So anywho, that's a wrap on the Appalachian Trail. Is it really a wrap? It's never really a wrap, because it's with us, it's in our soul. It'll always be a part of us. I'm going to hang out at Upper Goose Pond for a week starting today, to be the caretaker with Fib. So it's always going to be a part of me, because it definitely changed my life and opened up this opportunity. And thank you for anybody that's followed along. And I will see you guys again in 2026.